It's that time of the month where we go through all the stocks that I brought in July 2026. So, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, then this is, of course, a portfolio update where we go through every single stock purchase, dividend payout, cash interest credit, and so on to basically just see how the portfolio is doing. So, grab a drink, sell it in, make sure to drop a comment below. Let me know how your own portfolio performed this month. But before we jump into the numbers, don't forget that you can grab yourself some free shares and stock right now if you use the Robinhood referral link down in the description below. You can claim between $7 to $175 in free stock when you sign up and fund your account. It's quick and easy and a way to give your portfolio an instant head start and start your investing journey today. Now remember, I'm not a financial expert or an advisor, so please do your own research when investing because you can lose your money when investing and money can go up and down, and past performances doesn't guarantee future results. Now, there is no sales this month. No sale activity for me. We made exactly 0 sales. That's right, because we sold 0 shares, paid 0 in trading fees, 0 in realized gains. Our strategy is built around long-term compounding, so holding firm and letting our investments ride is always the primary goal. And of course, the first one is VUSA, or Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Now, we've invested £24 into this month. We bought roughly 0.22604619 shares. Now, that does bring our total shares to 0.82. Total invested is £84.59, but our current value is at £89.39. So we're up a little bit with the S&P 500. Now, of course, this is one of my pies that I mention regularly every month in my portfolio update. So if you stay tuned to the end, there will be a little mention about it, how you guys can join into this pie and start investing just like me today. So next up is one of my favorites as well, and that's Main Street Capital Corporation. It's a monthly dividend payer, and it's a powerhouse in dividends. Put another £24 into there, which are just shy of 0.6 shares. Now, of course, this brings our total position up to 2.1 shares, with total amounted invested at £84.52, and our total value is at £87.38. Now, just be aware that with the Main Street Capital, it's a little bit of deferration because I'm a UK citizen and I pay in British pounds. And of course, in trading 212, it's in the US dollars. So, of course, there's a little bit of change there when you invest into it, but nothing too drastic. It is only changed by a few pennies, but that is actually calculated in your value, not when you invest, which is very much good to see. So, of course, our largest single deployment of capital this month went straight into Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. We invested £100 to acquire a total amount of 0.68 shares, which is a total invested of £200. Now, across all these buys, we now have £200 invested. There's a position grown into a total market value of £249, delivering some exceptional growth for the little portfolio that we have and for the channel progress of updates. We also have Rocket Lab here that we've also added a small top up to, or ticker symbol RKLB. We're allocated £2 and 2 pence to purchase 0.04 shares, which brings the total to 0.26 shares with £17.79 invested, with the current value actually down at £15.09. We continue building this long-term space sector position with my Cashback fund. So every time I use the Trading 212 card, I get a little bit of money back from the purchases as cashback, and that goes straight into a portfolio that I have with 3 stocks. That is Rocket Lab, Helium 1, and Jeppy. And mention Helium 1, as you know, if Rocket Lab's invested, that means Helium 1 was invested into. We spent £1 into there, or £1.01, getting 252 shares in Helium 1. Now, this is a speculative holding. And the reason why it's in my cashback one is because cashback comes now and then. It's not a regular thing. So when it does, it adds more shares. Even if it's up, even if it's massively down, I'm not fussed. It's a long-term position. It's speculative. And to be fair, it's money that's given to me every time I just do my standard living spending. So to me, it's not really anything that I'm losing. So it takes the share count to over 2,800 shares with total invested £16.15, but of course the value is massively down at £11.25. We also have Jeppy here, as you can see. So we've put in £2.02. Now, of course, we only got 0.1 shares. Now, this is also in my cashback holdings portfolio, but also in now my stock ISA. So that's why there's more invested in this compared to Helium 1 and Rocket Lab, because I put a little bit of just over £20 last month into Jeppy for my stock and share ISA to get some dividends going in, so I don't have to worry about tax. So as you can see, we've got total shares about just over 2.16 shares. Total investors £52.59 with a value of £54 across the board. And the best stock in the portfolio is Microsoft. Now, it has flown, it has gone up and up and up. Now, of course, the 26.74% is the all-time performance, not just over the month. So this is the all-time performance in my portfolio. And Microsoft has been outstanding, demonstrating the sheer power of the mega cap tech in driving the overall portfolio growth. And that's why it takes the first month of portfolio performance, which is really good to see Microsoft do so, especially in a position that's a hold it. And I do think it's going to go higher and higher. So I'm quite happy keeping it at the percentage that it is. If it probably gets to about 50%, then I can look about trimming it a little bit. But at the minute, I still think Microsoft has a lot of room to grow. Now, on the other side of the coin is our worst performing stock. For the second month running, it is Helium 1 Global, down over 30.36%. Now, of course, I kind of took the risk with this. I know what's going to come with it, and that's volatility. It comes with the territory when dealing with small cap explorational plays. So we stay patient, we hold long term, and we keep the position sizing responsible. And of course, looking at our Trading 212 investor account and cashback rewards on the return of the £54.52, we earned over £1.58 this month in cashback. That brings the overall to £22.33, proving that everyday cashback adds up to real investment money over time. At the minute, our stock and share ISA is actually over 1,893 in value, with total net deposits sitting at 1,747. That means our year-to-date return is sitting at a fantastic 27.8%, representing £145 in pure profit, which is really good to see that the portfolio is growing. Now, of course, the rate of return, including net deposits, is only based on a small time, and Microsoft has helped quite a lot with that. But over the long term, it should hopefully even out, and you won't see these massive numbers that you think, oh, 27% is a really good rate of return. That's beating the market by 2 times. But this is where people jump straight in and they go, wow, that's a really good number. I can do that. I can get, double the market and make my return. Marketing and investing isn't always like that. And of course, the numbers can fluctuate depending on how much you deposit each month and how much you withdraw from that, either with dividends or with your spending on the card. So just be a note of that it's not always the rate of return that it says. Now, of course, we get onto dividends, which everyone loves. Everyone loves seeing dividends get into their account, and they love it popping up each month, especially when you wake up and you go, wow, I've just been paid a dividend. And yes, as you can see, we received 12p from Vuza, 25p from Main Street Capital, 15 from Jeppy, and 47 from Big Yellow Group. Now, that does bring the monthly dividend payout to just under £1, 99p, of course. Now, of course, you can't buy a Freddo and you can't buy 99p ice cream no more because they've all gone up in price. But every single penny gets reinvested right back into the portfolio or your spending. Now, it's up to you how you want to do that, but for me, it will go back into the portfolio. And yes, the dividends are small. Yes, they're not life-changing. But over time, with more investing, they will get bigger and bigger, and there will be more life rewarding. So it's always good to see dividends grow over time because you know you're going in the right direction. We've also earned, of course, cash interest, passive interest, of course, on your uninvested cash. Now, in the Trading 212 invest account, I know it's going to be small because there's not much money in there. Unless it's in my card, then of course I get some in there. Now, we did generate 11p last month, taking the all-time invest to 23p in the ISA account. Now, in the invest account, we earned 4p last month, which takes it to 67p. So it's not too bad to see that every small passive stream adds up in the long run. Now, of course, if you want to see my portfolio tracker and, of course, the app that I use, of course, it's Stock Advance. And it's a really good app to use because it also tracks your portfolio, but it also tracks your dividends. So it's always worth it to have a look in that. Of course, this is the total buy. And the total buy for July was over $201, which is 150 quid in my position. Now, of course, I do apologize that I forgot to change it from March to July, so I do apologize in that, but it's definitely for July. Now, of course, this is what I mentioned before, the VUSA and the Main Street Capital Pi. This is a snapshot of the custom Pi that I have on Trading 212. Balanced roughly 50-50 between Main Street Capital and Vanguard S&P 500. Now, of course, if you want to copy this, the exact portfolio structure with one click and start investing alongside us, the link is waiting for you in the description. So go and check it out. Send the link in the description. There's also a little bit of the information why I started the Pi on Trading 212 to show how realistic it was and how it's good to do small little investments each month. If you want to have a little read, then of course feel free to pause and have a look. But that wraps up our portfolio breakdown for July 2026. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the weekly videos. And drop a comment that stock you're going to buy this month, or I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!